Hi guys, thanks for clicking on the video today. My name is Elliot Forbes and this is episode number 8 of Men's Grooming Weekly. If you don't know me, I'm a barber based in central London and this show is all about just me chatting and waffling about men's hair, men's grooming, probably not making any coherent sense, but just trying to have a little bit of fun on the way. 3 main segments to the show, and the first one is styling my hair with a different product, top 5 haircuts I've seen in the last week, and finally an episode of the Elliot Answer Show. But first we're going to kick off with my favourite TikTok from the last 7 days. Go and follow me on TikTok at Elliot Forbes. It's where I'm enjoying putting a lot of stuff out and having a little giggle. It's more of a fun, playful side to me, so go and check that out. And here's this week's TikTok. So on to today's product, and it is by the brand Shuamura. And if you've watched this show in previous, you'll have seen a few weeks ago I did the clay definer by Shuamura, and actually I've loved that product. I've been wearing that in my hair a lot recently, been using it on clients, everyone's really loved it. A few people have taken photos of it in the shops that they can then go and buy more of it. It's actually a really nice product, and so I wanted to try out a little bit more of the Shuamura range. Obviously they're a Japanese brand. I think elsewhere in the world they do the makeup side as well, but in UK it's mainly hair, professional hair care products it is. And today we're going to be using the Master Wax High Control Workable Cream with a natural shine. And the way that they describe it is this super strong hair wax with a creamy formula offers powerful high hold styling with a shiny finish. Oh, shiny finish. Well, it says natural shine. Interesting. Okay. The innovative texture allows for sculpted hairstyling that can be worked and reworked through the hair to achieve multiple styles and look, never stiff or greasy. How to use Master Wax. Start by putting a small amount of Master Wax between your palms, distributing to damp or dry hair, raking through fingers from root to tip. Apply at the crown for control or at the ends for pieciness. And the main ingredients are Japanese cedar bud extract. So I've never heard of the Japanese cedar bud extract, but apparently the Japanese cedar is a giant sacred tree that is known for its fortifying properties. In the most ancient Sugi forest in Japan, cedar trees can survive more than 2,000 years thanks to its incredible endurance capacities. Well, that's quite a long time, isn't it? So hopefully the product won't stay in my hair for 2,000 years, but well, let's go and give it a little go now. So the tub and the packaging is very similar to the previous one that we've used. It's more of a red or a deep burgundy with then a pink colour on top of it, which actually, yeah, it's quite nice. It's still plastic, so doesn't really have too much of an expensive feel to it, but I do like the branding and the logo of Shuamura. And when you open it up, it is actually really quite a soft product. It's very sticky. You put your hand in, it's not necessarily it's called a wax, but it's not what I would traditionally think of as a wax. And a wax, it's like really like a sort of more petroleum jelly sort of feel is what I would think of like more of a wax. Whereas this is really quite sticky. It's got quite a like a texturizing gum feel to it. I think like a gum is more what I would feel like, where you sort of put your hands together and it's got like more of a stickiness to it. There's a little bit of separation in there, so I sort of mix it in a little bit. When you put it in your hand, it's got a very sticky texture and feel to it. And when working through the hair, it actually goes into the hair very easily, very nicely. It does feel like it covers the hair quite nicely, but as you can see, it is really quite a more of a piecier texture look. It's not really too dry. Obviously it's not what it's supposed to be. It's more of a reworkable flavour to it. It doesn't really feel like it is either going to dry into the hair. It's sort of, I think it is going to be quite reworkable, and you'll feel as though you can move it, but also I think you would feel as though you have product left on your hands if you work your hands through it. I've got a feeling it's not going to stay in place throughout the day. I feel like it's probably going to sink. Even you can see now it's just gone a little bit flatter. So we'll see how this is at the end of the day. I think the price range, it's around a similar mark as the previous one. I think it's around between 18 and 20 pounds. Yeah, so we'll have a little look at the end of the day, see how it's lasted. And now for my top 5 haircuts this week. Now, the haircuts that I've seen are all from actually the Celine fashion show that was on this previous weekend, and it's a very cool feel to it. It's very retro, very 60s, very sort of 70s, and I really love the feel to all of these haircuts actually. And in at number 5 is this first one where the hair is then just very elegantly pushed behind the ears. You can see underneath the hat, he's got the real textured fringe, very sort of, probably almost just done just by looking at it and chipping into it, and it's real cool, undone look. Number 4 is then obviously he's got this real short in through that fringe as well, with it being billowing it out. It's really more of a natural texture through there. You can see there's not too much product, so there's quite a bit of flyaways, but sort of has that 60s feel to it straight away. And in at number 3 is this one where it's a little bit more of a bell-shaped haircut. You can see it is really quite heavy at the back, but then the outline then comes up and just cuts into the face, really into that fringe. It's very soft outline, probably just really roughly blow-dried, so it's not completely mainstream, but it has a bit more of a wearable look to it for sure. In at number 2 is this blonde number, real nice texture in through there. Obviously you can see a little bit heavier in through the back, and then just getting gradually shorter into the front. A lot more mainstream than the previous haircuts have been through there, but it's just very nice, soft, natural, but very elegant as well. And the blonde makes it a little bit more mainstream, a little bit more current, I would say. And in at number 1 for this week's favourite haircut is actually going away from the Celine shoot and actually going real to modern day with this David Beckham cut. It was actually a suit fitting with Ralph Lauren, obviously for the new Miami team that he's running. The haircut looks great, real nice solid silhouette, real tight in through those sides. I'd probably imagine he's probably had some colouring done to his hair and maybe had a little bit padded out in some ways, because it's probably a lot darker than what it really should be, because I always think his hair is probably going very thin. But this looks really classy, really elegant, short, textured, nice and tight in through those sides. Cool as hell, as always with him. And now on to today's Elliot answers. And the question today is, help me out brother, I've got a shit beard that doesn't grow on the sides and have a basic haircut. Right. So when we're looking at this, as we're looking at this as a whole, if we look at then the hair, then the silhouette we've got through the top, that looks very round, looks quite bulbous. In terms then of the beard, it looks like it almost then goes down into a little bit into a point through here, and is probably not doing you any favours. First off, in terms of the haircut, what I would say is we want to bring those sides in nice and tight, just flatten that silhouette off, build a bit more of a corner up in through the roundness of the head, so that builds out, pads out, so it has a bit more of corners, a bit more of a stronger, more masculine silhouette. I would actually probably keep all of that length in through that top area, but then get rid of all of this hair at the front. It looks really quite wispy and looks like it could do with strengthening up quite a bit. Then when we're looking at the beard, we can see now this is probably where the most amount of improvement can be made. It's like you've mentioned, it is very weak in through the cheeks, but also then in through the bottom, it comes into a bit more of a point, but then you can see actually it's quite straggly and quite weak in through that front area. So first off, what I would do is actually bring the length of the beard up to where it can sit with as much strength as possible. Now we can see actually, as we're looking at the photo on the right side of it, you can see your sort of neckline, the neck of underneath your t-shirt through there. So I bring it up to at least that area so that it strengthens that up and can sit as full as possible. Obviously, when we have the cheek area a bit weaker, by having this area longer and wide, it then exposes that area more because it looks dark, light, dark. So we need to take that in a bit shorter through there. Also, so then the face on look, it then slims it down a lot more. And then obviously by having the front a bit shorter as well, it doesn't look so much of a discrepancy between this and then in through the length of the chin. Bringing that up, it almost then just rebalances that shape out a little bit more. Then with regards to the moustache, I would actually take that down to a real uniform length, probably down to like a 1.5 with the clippers, so that it's got that shortness in through there. You don't really want it so it's got that curl going with it. Once you've then taken it short, I would then just nip that off so it sits clean along the lip line as well. I think that would make a real big difference to your whole image for sure. So now we'll go to future Elliot to see how this hair has lasted throughout the day. So wearing this product yesterday, actually didn't really get on with it at all. It was it felt really sticky, and after even a couple of hours I felt really dirty. Like my face felt like it was covered in product, felt like it seeped down, and I just, at the end of the day, I actually felt like I really needed a shower, and I didn't have a shower. I didn't actually wash my hair before going to sleep and really regretted it. I woke up this morning with my face just felt like it was then plastered in the product. It didn't really feel very nice at all actually, and to be honest, I can't actually think of any client of mine. Obviously I've got lots of clients, lots of different types of hair. I can't think of anyone's hair that I'd recommend using it on. So for me, this is a no-go, to be honest. I didn't really enjoy it at all. Thanks for watching today, guys. Much appreciated. If you have any questions for myself at all, I'd love to answer them. Please send me a DM and any of my social media channels there are linked here or then down below. If you would like your haircut by myself at all, I'm based in central London, Wednesday through Saturday. If you want to head onto my website, all the details are on there, and it gives you a little bit more idea about how I go about servicing and how I tend to cut people's hair. Thanks for watching today, guys. Have a brilliant day. Much love, Elliot.